The sky over Earth was calm that morning. Cities glimmered under the rising sun, and people went about their lives, unaware of the danger lurking in the stars. Humanity had always believed that the galaxy was too vast, too distant, for anyone to notice them. But they were wrong. Far beyond Earth, a dark fleet of alien ships moved silently through space. These ships belonged to the Sci-Fi Dominion, a ruthless empire that had conquered dozens of planets. To them, humans were nothing, weak, disorganized, and unworthy of attention. But the Sci-Fars had heard whispers about humanity's stubbornness, their strange creativity, and their endless curiosity. That curiosity, they decided, needed to be crushed. Without warning, the first beams of destruction struck Earth's orbit. Satellites exploded, their fragments raining down like deadly hail. Panic spread instantly. People looked up, expecting a meteor shower or some natural disaster, but this was something different. A massive alien ship hung in the sky, casting a shadow over entire continents. Its surface was black and shiny, alive with strange lights that pulsed like a heartbeat. The world's governments tried to respond. Fighter jets scrambled, but they were no match for the alien technology. Earth's defenses, once thought advanced, crumbled in minutes. Cities burned. Oceans boiled. Mountains shook. Humanity's home, the planet they had called safe for millennia, was being torn apart. In New York, a young woman named Lena Carter ran through the streets, clutching her younger brother. Buildings collapsed around them, and screams filled the air. She had no idea where their parents were. She only knew one thing: they had to survive. Meanwhile, in London, Captain Raj Singh, a retired space pilot, tried to organize a defense. But the alien ships were everywhere, moving faster than anyone could imagine. The Sci-Fars struck with precision, and every human counterattack failed. Raj watched helplessly as the city he had protected all his life was reduced to rubble. The Sci-Fars did not just destroy buildings, they targeted human minds. Strange waves of energy from their ships disoriented people, making them fall or freeze in terror. Even those who tried to fight back found their weapons useless. Humanity's greatest strength, their courage, was being tested like never before. In the chaos, a group of survivors gathered in the ruins of a university in Tokyo. Among them was Dr. Hiro Tanaka, a scientist who had spent his life studying space. Hiro realized something terrifying: this attack was not random. The Sci-Fars had studied humans. They had picked the cities, the populations, the centers of knowledge. Earth was being erased from history. By nightfall, the planet was unrecognizable. Fires lit up the horizon, and the sky glowed red from the destruction. The Sci-Fars did not land. They did not negotiate. They only watched as humanity struggled, as if savoring the fear and chaos. But not all humans had lost hope. In a hidden bunker under the ruins of Berlin, Lieutenant Marcus Vall activated a communication device. He broadcast a single, simple message to every survivor. They think we are finished. They think we are weak. But they are wrong. We will not die. Humanity will rise. That message spread like wildfire, reaching survivors in every corner of the world. Even as the Sci-Fars continued their relentless attack, small pockets of resistance began to form. Children, scientists, soldiers, and ordinary citizens, all driven by the same thought: we will not bow to them. High above Earth, the Sci-Far commanders watched through their observation windows. One of them, a tall figure with silver eyes, spoke in a voice cold and empty. The humans are finished. Their world is destroyed. Soon, the galaxy will forget them. But among the humans, hope had already sparked. In a ruined city, Lena and her brother found shelter in a collapsed subway tunnel. Raj Singh climbed to the roof of what remained of his office building, looking at the alien ships and gritting his teeth. Dr. Hiro Tanaka gathered his notes, plotting the impossible. Somewhere, deep in space, humanity's fury was awakening. And the galaxy, the Sci-Fars, and every other species that underestimated humans would soon learn a harsh truth. Destroying a human world was not the end. It was the beginning of a storm they could never control. The night ended with Earth scarred, burned, and trembling. But in the shadows, Eyes glowed with determination. Hearts beat with anger. And one thought united every human survivor: the galaxy would pay. As the stars twinkled above the ruined Earth, a whisper carried through the silence. "We are not finished. Not yet." The morning after the fall, Earth was quiet, but the silence was not peace. Cities lay in ruins, fires still burned in distant streets, and the smell of ash hung heavy in the air. The Zyphars had left the planet mostly in ruins, confident that humanity was finished. They had underestimated one thing: humans never gave up. In a hidden underground bunker beneath the shattered remains of Berlin, Lieutenant Marcus Vall paced back and forth. His uniform was torn, his face streaked with dirt and sweat, but his eyes burned with determination. Around him, a group of survivors, scientists, soldiers, and ordinary citizens, worked feverishly to salvage what little technology remained. Dr. Hiro Tanaka, the space scientist, examined a broken Zyphar drone they had managed to capture. "This technology, it's advanced, yes," he said, "but it's also predictable. They always use brute force. They never adapt. And that, we can use against them." Marcus nodded. "We've been weak. But weak is temporary. Humans are clever. We will turn their strength against them." Elsewhere, Lena Carter and her younger brother navigated through Tokyo's ruins. They avoided alien patrols and scouted the area for other survivors. Lena's mind was filled with anger, fear, and determination. Every destroyed building reminded her of the life stolen from them, and every life they saved strengthened her resolve. Across the Pacific, Captain Raj Singh gathered a small fleet of repaired fighter jets. "We may not have their technology," he told the remaining pilots, "but we have something stronger. We have unpredictability, courage, and we have each other. Let's show them humanity fights back." The first acts of resistance were small. Sabotage missions against Zyphar supply lines. Hit-and-run attacks on patrol ships. Each victory was tiny, but it built confidence. Humans learned quickly. They discovered patterns in Zyphar attacks. They discovered weaknesses in alien shields. They discovered one simple truth: no matter how strong an enemy seems, humans adapt. Dr. Hiro devised a risky plan. "If we can reverse engineer just a fraction of their tech, we could fight them on their own level," he explained. Marcus raised an eyebrow. "And if we fail?" Hiro's hands shook as he held a small, alien energy core. "Then we die. But if we succeed, we show the galaxy that humans are not weak. That we cannot be erased." Lena and her brother became part of the new resistance. Using their knowledge of the city and clever tricks, they led Zyphar patrols into traps. Civilians, previously hiding in fear, began to fight back in small ways, cutting off alien supply routes, sabotaging communications, even creating homemade weapons that slowed the invaders. In space, Raj Singh's pilots practiced guerrilla tactics. They flew in unpredictable patterns, struck at weak points, and vanished before the Zyphars could retaliate. Each success sent shockwaves through the alien forces. The Zyphars began to murmur among themselves, "These humans, they are not as weak as we thought." Back on Earth, survivors held secret meetings. "We cannot just survive," Marcus told them. "We must awaken the true power of humanity. We must show the Zyphars what it means to underestimate us." Dr. Hiro projected a hologram of the galaxy. "If we target key systems, supply chains, communication hubs, their weapon research, we can cripple them slowly. And by the time they realize what we've done, humanity will be ready to strike." Night after night, humans trained, experimented, and planned. Fear remained, but it became a weapon, fueling determination rather than paralyzing it. Lena looked out at the ruined cityscape and whispered to her brother, "They destroyed our world. But they didn't destroy us. Not yet." Then came the first true victory. A small human team, led by Lena and Marcus, ambushed a Zyphar supply convoy near the ruins of Paris. Using clever traps and homemade explosives, they destroyed the convoy and captured alien technology. The news spread across the scattered survivor networks like fire. Humans had struck. Humans had won. The Zyphars were stunned. Their reports to the Empire were filled with disbelief. How can these weak creatures fight back? One commander demanded. Another, older, whispered quietly. They are dangerous. We cannot ignore them anymore. Marcus stood over the captured alien tech, a small smile forming. This is just the beginning, he said. We've been crushed, yes. But from these ashes, humanity will rise. And the galaxy will remember our name. Lena tightened her grip on her brother's hand. Around them, humans laughed, cried, and cheered for the first time since the attack. Hope, once almost extinct, burned brighter than ever. High above Earth, the Zyphars watched from orbit. The ships that once seemed unstoppable now faced a new reality. Humans were no longer hiding. Humans were no longer afraid. And if the Zyphars believed that a destroyed world meant a defeated species, they were about to learn the hard truth. The galaxy, vast and silent, suddenly seemed smaller. Humans had awakened. And the galaxy would tremble before the storm that was coming. The Zyphars had expected fear. They had expected submission. What they had not expected was resistance. In the ruins of Paris, Lena Carter led a small team of survivors toward a hidden Zyphar outpost. Their weapons were crude compared to alien technology, but humans had learned something important. Cleverness and courage can outweigh strength. Lena signaled her team, and with a sudden burst, they struck. Alarms blared across the outpost, but humans moved faster, smarter, and with determination no alien could understand. In space, Captain Raj Singh's fleet shadowed a Zyphar convoy. Human ships darted between asteroids, striking from unexpected angles. One by one, alien vessels fell, not to the might of human firepower, but to strategy, surprise, and unpredictability. Raj's voice echoed over comms. Hit them hard, then vanish. They will never see us coming. The first wave of victories sent shockwaves through human survivor communities. Ordinary people began to believe they could fight. They could survive. And, maybe, just maybe, they could win. Meanwhile, in Berlin, Dr. Hiro Tanaka activated the captured alien tech. The device hummed and glowed as human engineers worked feverishly. Slowly, piece by piece, humans adapted Zyphar technology to their needs. A small fighter jet, once powerless against alien shields, now pierced them effortlessly. A few human weapons became capable of taking down massive alien drones. Lena's team moved quickly. Using explosives, traps, and guerrilla tactics, they sabotaged supply lines, communications, and fuel depots. Civilians joined in, using their knowledge of the land to outwit the aliens. Every victory was small, but each one shook the Zyphar's confidence. High in orbit, a Zyphar commander pounded a control panel. Why do they fight? They are weak. They should have been finished. His second-in-command, Kommer, replied, Perhaps we underestimated them. We assumed fear would crush them, but humans are not like other species. They are dangerous. Back on Earth, Lena and her brother found themselves surrounded one night near a ruined bridge. Zyphar patrols closed in, their strange weapons glowing in the darkness. Lena whispered to her brother, Remember what we've learned. Quick thinking, courage, and never giving up. Using a simple distraction, smoke bombs, and traps they had set earlier, they turned the ambush into a victory, capturing 2 alien patrols and escaping safely. In space, Raj Singh coordinated the first large-scale human counterattack. A fleet of repaired fighters, equipped with human-adapted Zyphar tech, struck a critical supply station in the asteroid belt. Explosions lit the void as the station was destroyed. The humans disappeared into the darkness before Zyphars could respond. Victory was theirs, but the war had just begun. The Zyphars realized something terrifying. Humans were not predictable. They did not fight like other species. Humans adapted, learned, and used fear and chaos as weapons. Reports from multiple systems warned of human resistance growing faster than anyone imagined. On Earth, Marcus Vall addressed a gathering of survivors. We are no longer hiding. We are no longer running. We strike, We fight, and we survive. The galaxy thought we were weak. They were wrong. Humanity is rising. And soon, they will fear us. The humans' attacks became bolder. They destroyed alien convoys, liberated small planets previously under Zyphar control, and inspired other species to consider alliances. Every small victory fed the fire of human determination. But victory came with a cost. In one brutal skirmish near Mars' orbit, human pilots lost half their fleet. Lena lost several friends during a ground mission. Marcus and Hero realized the fight would be long, and every step forward demanded sacrifice and courage. Yet, even in the pain, humans found strength. Every loss hardened them, every failure taught them something new. Night fell on Earth, and survivors looked at the stars with a mixture of hope and fury. Lena whispered, "They thought we were finished. They thought fear would stop us. But now, we fight back. And when the galaxy sees what we can do, they will tremble." Somewhere in the Zyphar Empire, alarms blared. Reports of destroyed convoys, sabotaged stations, and lost patrols flooded command centers. A senior Zyphar counselor spoke, voice cold but wary. "These humans, they are unpredictable. They are a threat we cannot ignore. Prepare the fleets. They must be crushed before it is too late." But humans were ready. They had tasted victory, and now they hunger for more. From ruined cities, hidden bunkers, and battered fleets, a single truth spread like wildfire. Destroying a human world does not destroy humanity. It awakens it. The night sky over Earth shimmered with the light of countless human-controlled craft. Fires of rebellion burned across the galaxy. The Zyphars had underestimated them once. Now, the galaxy would see the true wrath of humanity, and nothing would ever be the same. The galaxy had been quiet for centuries. Civilizations rose and fell, empires expanded, and countless species fought for power. But no one had ever expected the humans to rise from the ashes of their destroyed world. News of human victories spread like wildfire. Tiny resistance groups had grown into organized forces, attacking Zyphar supply lines, convoys, and communication hubs. Reports reached other alien civilizations, some curious, some fearful. Whispers began, "Humans, they are different. They are dangerous." In a distant sector, the Sirith Alliance, a coalition of advanced alien races, held a council. Holographic displays showed human attacks across multiple systems. One leader, a tall, blue-skinned diplomat, spoke slowly. "Their technology is crude compared to ours. Yet, they destroy fleets. They sabotage stations. They adapt faster than any species we know." Another, older alien, growled, "They are reckless. But their cunning is undeniable. If the Zyphars cannot control them, the humans will become a threat to the entire galaxy." Back on Earth, Marcus Vall reviewed reports from recently liberated sectors. "We are not alone," he said. "Other species are noticing us. Some may help. Some may try to stop us. But no matter what, humanity will survive." Meanwhile, Lena Carter led a daring mission to strike a Zyphar stronghold on a distant moon. The operation required not just courage, but careful strategy. Humans moved like shadows, using their knowledge of terrain, alien technology, and sheer unpredictability to overwhelm Zyphar defenses. Explosions rocked the moon, alarms blared, and human forces vanished before reinforcements could arrive. Dr. Hiro Tanaka monitored the aftermath from their command center. "Every strike we make teaches them something," he said. "But it also teaches the galaxy that humans are not weak. We must keep pushing. Every victory inspires allies and terrifies enemies." Across the stars, the Zyphars scrambled to respond. Their fleets could no longer treat humans as insignificant. Reports of lost convoys, destroyed bases, and unexpected human attacks filled command centers. "These humans, they are everywhere," one Zyphar officer exclaimed. "They are unpredictable. They are clever. They cannot be ignored." The humans were evolving faster than anyone had imagined. Civilians became spies, engineers became tacticians, and fighters became legends. Ordinary humans performed extraordinary feats. In one daring raid, a group of survivors sabotaged a Sci-Fi communication hub in the asteroid belt, causing confusion across 3 star systems. Even some alien species began to reconsider their alliances. The Sirith Alliance debated secretly. Should they approach the humans? Should they form an alliance against the Zyphars? Or should they attempt to destroy humanity before it grew stronger? Back on Earth, Marcus addressed the growing network of survivors. "We fight not just for Earth," he said. "We fight for humanity. For our freedom. For our future. The galaxy sees us now. They will either respect us, or fear us." Lena's team returned from their mission, battered but victorious. Her brother, wide-eyed, looked at the destruction they had caused. "We actually did it," he whispered. Lena nodded, her voice firm. "Yes, and this is only the beginning. The galaxy will know our name." Dr. Hero activated a new holographic map. Points of light marked human-controlled or influenced regions, each one a small victory in a vast galaxy. "We have begun to change the balance of power," he said. "The Zyphars are losing control. Other civilizations are watching. And we are just getting started." The Zyphars, now desperate, called for reinforcements from their central fleets. Entire sectors were mobilized to crush the humans once and for all. But humans were no longer easy targets. They had learned, adapted, and united. Their ingenuity made them unpredictable, their courage made them unstoppable. High above Earth, as night fell and the stars shone bright, Lena and Marcus looked at the sky together. Fires of rebellion flickered across the galaxy, each one a human victory. Lena whispered, "They thought destroying our world would stop us. They thought fear would silence us. But the galaxy is noticing us now. And it is afraid." The Zyphars, watching from distant space stations, realized a terrifying truth. The humans were no longer a threat to a single planet. They were a force that could change the balance of power across the entire galaxy. The humans had survived. They had struck back. They had inspired hope. And soon, the galaxy would learn the full strength of humanity. The stars above Earth seemed to sparkle differently that night, as if acknowledging a new power rising. The humans were no longer hidden. They had awakened. And the universe would never forget their wrath. The galaxy had seen the rise of humanity. The Zyphars had learned, too late, that humans were unpredictable, clever, and unstoppable. Entire fleets had been destroyed. Supply lines sabotaged. Planets liberated. Fear of humanity spread like wildfire across the stars. On the edge of the Zyphar Empire, Marcus Vall stood on the command deck of the flagship Resolute. Around him, human pilots prepared for the final strike. Lena Carter checked her weapons, her hands steady despite the weight of what lay ahead. Every survivor, every fighter, every civilian-turned warrior understood one truth. This was humanity's moment. Dr. Hiro Tanaka activated the human-adapted alien weapons. Screens lit up with tactical maps showing Zyphar defenses, supply depots, and key communication hubs. "This is it," he said. "Their main fleet is stationed here. If we strike now, we can end their control over this sector and send a message to the entire galaxy." The human fleet moved in silence, shadows in the void. Every pilot knew the risks. Every soldier knew the stakes. Yet fear had been replaced by determination. The galaxy had underestimated humanity. That mistake would cost the Zyphars everything. The first wave struck like lightning. Explosions erupted across the Zyphar armada as human ships darted through defenses, hitting critical points and disappearing before reinforcements could respond. Lena led a daring boarding mission onto a massive Zyphar command vessel. Using clever traps, coordinated attacks, and sheer bravery, her team overpowered alien soldiers and seized control of the ship. Meanwhile, Marcus coordinated the main fleet, targeting Zyphar supply stations and communication satellites. Every strike crippled the enemy's ability to respond. The humans had learned their enemies' patterns and exploited them perfectly. Where brute force failed, strategy and adaptability triumphed. Across the galaxy, other species watched in awe. Some joined humanity, lending ships and resources. Others fled, terrified by what humans could accomplish. Even the most powerful empires began to whisper, "Never underestimate humans. They are unstoppable." The SciFi High Command convened urgently. Silver-eyed leaders glared at screens showing the destruction of their main fleets. One officer shouted, "Stop them! Crush them! They are just humans." Another, older and wiser, shook his head. "No. They are more than humans. They are a force of nature. And we misjudged them. Horribly." On Earth, survivors watched broadcasts of human victories from hidden bunkers and underground shelters. Cheers erupted. People cried, laughed, and held each other close. Humanity was no longer on the defensive. Humanity was the storm now. Inside the flagship Resolute, Lena confronted the SciFi Supreme Commander. Their eyes met, silver coldness against human fire. "You destroyed our world," Lena said, voice steady. "You killed millions. But you made a mistake. You awakened humanity." The commander sneered, raising a weapon, but Lena had already outmaneuvered him. The humans disabled the ship's power cores, and the SciFi fleet began to collapse from within. Explosions rocked the command bridge as Marcus's fleet finished the final strike from orbit. Across multiple systems, humanity's plan unfolded flawlessly. Supply lines destroyed. Communication hubs offline. SciFi ships stranded and powerless. The empire that had once ruled fearlessly now crumbled under the wrath of humans. In the final moments, Lena stood on the command deck, watching SciFi ships exploding in the void. Marcus joined her. "It's done," he said. Lena nodded, a quiet smile on her lips. "No, it's just the beginning. The galaxy has seen what humanity can do. They will never forget." Dr. Hiro Tanaka activated a holographic display of the galaxy. Red dots marked liberated systems, blue dots the remaining SciFi forces. "We've sent a message," he said. "The galaxy will tremble before humanity, not out of fear of conquest, but out of respect. And we've only just begun." The SciFis retreated, humiliated and broken. Their empire was shattered. Everywhere, survivors of human strikes spoke of humans with awe and fear. A legend had begun. Humanity, once underestimated, now held the galaxy's attention, and its fear. On Earth, the night sky shone differently. Stars twinkled like eyes watching the rise of a new power. Lena, Marcus, Hiro, and the survivors looked up together. They had lost much. They had suffered. But they had won, and humanity had proven what it could do. A whisper carried across the galaxy, from the ruins of SciFi command stations to the liberated planets. They destroyed a human world, but they awakened a force the galaxy cannot control. Humanity's wrath has begun, and it will never end. The galaxy had trembled before the humans' wrath, and now it would never underestimate them again. Humanity had risen, stronger than ever, cleverer than ever, and ready for whatever challenges the stars might hold. And somewhere in the silent void, a single thought echoed through every surviving human mind: the galaxy is ours to defend, and no one will ever break us again.